Hello everyone, what is going on? Raven here. Welcome back to the channel. And for those of you that are new here, welcome to my channel. I hope you all enjoy it. Today's video we're talking about some of the scariest, most deranged serial killers in California's history. One of them being Lawrence Bittaker and his toolbox of terror. In 1979, Lawrence Bittaker and his accomplice Roy Norris terrorized the Los Angeles area. They ended the lives of 5 young women within a span of about 6 months. After first meeting while in prison, Bittaker and Norris quickly cultivated a bond over sadism, and in June of 1979, they picked up the first victim, 16-year-old Lucinda Lynn Schaefer. Bittaker's MO was to lure young women into his van, where he and Norris would use a series of instruments from the notorious toolbox on them. They even recorded their actions on audio, which when played in the courtroom during the trial induced them to actually vomit. Bittaker still sits on California's death row, where he sadistically goes by the nickname Byers. And that is actually very, very disturbing. Another one that we have on the list today is a Golden State Killer. Also known as the East Area Rapist and the original Night Stalker, is a prolific predator who is suspected of committing at least 13 murders and 45 sexual assaults in California throughout the 70s and 80s, before suddenly stopping his rampage in 1986. Described by survivors as a small, agile man, the Golden State Killer would break into his victims' homes, often those of married couples, subdue the men while assaulting the female. He has also had an eerie habit of prank calling his victims if they survived the nightmare he imposed on them. On April 25, 2018, police announced they apprehended a suspect they believed to be the man terrorizing California. Using a genealogy database, ex-police officer Joseph James D'Angelo was linked to 2 of the victims that their investigators found his DNA match, and they deemed him to be the culprit. So apparently this man was a cop. Oh man, and authorities indicted D'Angelo on 26 counts. That's creepy. I guess we can't trust all police officers. Randy Stephen Kraft committed a sting of grisly murders between 1972 and 1983. With the majority of his nefarious actions taking place in Southern California, Kraft's MO was to pick up young men, ply them with alcohol, then systematically harm them before ending their lives. When Kraft was finally taken to custody in 1983, authorities made an interesting discovery in the trunk of his car. A list containing the names of 61 men, all of whom were thought to be victims of his back in 1972. His attorneys fought the list's inclusions as evidence, and Kraft was ultimately convicted of 16 counts. His actual victim number remains a mystery. Rodney Alcala, the infamous predator who won the dating game. In 1978, Rodney Alcala, an inspiring photographer, appeared on the popular TV show The Dating Game. Though his competitors would later describe him as bizarre, Alcala managed to win a date with the bachelorette Cheryl Bradshaw. It wasn't meant to be, however, as a young woman whose affection he had been seeking turned him down, citing the fact that he was creepy. Bradshaw was, in no uncertain terms, correct. Alcala had managed to appear on the game show despite his 1972 conviction of the assault of an 8-year-old girl. Beyond that, prior to the program's 78 broadcast, he had already taken the lives of 4 victims, including 12-year-old Robin Samso in Huntington Beach, California. Alcala was convicted in 1980 and sentenced to death. In 2010, Huntington Beach police released 120 photographs that they had found in his possession, believing at least some of them to be additional victims. His official body count remains unknown, but is speculated to be in the dozens. The heinous actions of Leonard Lake and Charles Ng. When Charles Ng was apprehended for a seemingly innocuous shoplifting incident of June in 1985, authorities could not have possibly predicted what they would uncover. The Northern California man would eventually lead police to a property he shared with another man named Leonard Lake, a compound of sorts in a remote area of Calaveras County near the Sierra Nevada foothills. What police uncovered was truly horrifying. Lake and Ng had built a torture cabin complete with a false wall that was designed to hold women who had been forced into slavery. A search of the property would reveal extensive video recordings of the men with their captives, as well as over 40 pounds of charred human remains. Lake and NG would later be linked to the disappearances of 2 families, both with infant children they had killed, along with their fathers, to isolate the women before ultimately ending their lives. It is believed the 2 men took the lives of at least 12 people, but the actual number remains unknown. Lake, shortly after his arrest, swallowed a cyanide pill and passed away while in custody. In 1999, the state convicted NG on 11 capital counts and sentenced him to death. What do you all think of this list? Let me know in the comment section down below. I will be continuing this in another video in the future, but this is just some of those. I have not even listed every single one in the list yet. I actually skipped a few of them. So we will be going through the rest of them at some point. Let me know what you think. Which one of these few that I've named so far is deemed the scariest? Let me know, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!